judges are ready. The fighters are ready. The boxing world is ready.
The fight starts now!
Let's go.
How do you like it? On the show.
So aggressive, so focused.
It all comes down to this. Press conference live on DAZN. We are back in Times Square, New York City at the Hard Rock. We've already had the grand arrivals. That was Tuesday. Wednesday, yesterday was the open media workouts. Today, they get to talk trash to each other face to face. It's the official press conference for the Ring 3 fight card live on DAZN. And it starts now.
Live, only on DAZN, July 12th, Ring 3. Berlanga versus Sheeraz and Stevenson versus Zepeda. They're in their prime, they're hungry, and they're done being called the future. This isn't about future, it's about now. Because in boxing, legacy isn't handed out, it's taken. 4 rising kings, 2 brutal battles, 1 night to take the throne. Who's next in line? Berlanga versus Sheeraz, Stevenson versus Zepeda. Ring 3, July 12th, live, only on DAZN. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Welcome back, dear friends. We are live again from New York City, the city that never sleeps, and we don't sleep. We've been rocking and rolling all week long here at the Hard Rock, and it continues today with the official press conference, a little buzz in the air as they're getting everybody set. As you may recall, Berlanga said, when I see Oscar De La Hoya in person for the first time, I'm going to slap him in the face. Well, guess what? Oscar's here and Edgar's here. So they haven't seen each other yet, but they will shortly. Fireworks could take off shortly. I am Todd Grisham. This is the Lat Snake, Sergio Mora. And that, of course, is the esteemed Chris Mannix. Sergio, I'll start with you. Do you really think Edgar Berlanga is going to slap Oscar in the face when he sees him?
I think Berlanga has a good mouth for controversy, but no, I don't think he will slap Oscar De La Hoya. He has too much to lose now. Berlanga's making millions of dollars. Oscar De La Hoya can still punch. So no, I don't think he's going to be punching a promoter that can actually make him money still. But I love the talk, though.
There's also not any real vitriol between Oscar and Edgar. Like Canelo and Oscar, that's real. The Berlanga-Oscar stuff, to me, it feels more like promotional.
Well, let's talk about what Edgar does in the face when he's actually punching people and not slapping them. His last opponent was a cupcake, Sergio, but he blasted him right out of there in Orlando in round number 1. Any chance he goes right after Hamza Sheeraz the same way on Saturday?
No, I think there's too much respect for Sheeraz. Sheeraz is going to be a taller fighter, younger, longer, fresher, stronger, and he has a big team behind him. You can bet that he's going to come prepared. But this is a fight where Berlanga, after that Canelo fight where he went the distance but really didn't come to win, he took out Jonathan Gonzalez-Ortiz like he should have taken him out. Ortiz didn't belong in the ring with him. He wasn't in shape. He wasn't the type of fighter that belongs with Berlanga, so the chosen one knocked him out in under 3 minutes. On to the next fight. Now he's here with Hamza Sheeraz.
Yeah, and this is a really important fight for Edgar Berlanga, whose resume to date includes a 12-round decision loss to Canelo Alvarez and a couple of wins over B-level contenders like Jason Quigley and Patrick McGrory. I think this is the fight where we find out if Edgar Berlanga is real. Hamza Sheeraz is a talented fighter, but he's the kind of fighter coming up from 160 pounds. Edgar Berlanga can have a great chance to look good against. So I'm really anxious to see what Edgar shows on fight night.
So Edgar has a chance to look great. What does Sheeraz have to do to look great? He has so much upside, so much potential. Do you think he lives up to it on Saturday?
I really do. I think, especially for the first half of the fight, I think Hamza Sheeraz is actually going to be ahead in the first half of the fight. I think his range is going to be good. He has a really good hook. If he comes out jabbing and sticking and moving, not exchanging with Berlanga, then I'm going to have this man up on points. He's the biggest middleweight I've ever seen in the world. I mean, in person. And now he's moving up to super middleweight, and he's still big. He's just a giant. But this is what I like about him. He keeps that range, and he sets it up with a nice left hook. If he can start using that with a 45-degree punch and dig some body shots, then you know he has a game plan. He has a strategy. He does that in the second half of the fight. We might have something.
I think the question is, what version of Hamza Sheeraz are we going to get? Are we going to get the guy that looked phenomenal against Ammo Williams a few fights ago? Or are we going to get the guy that was really tentative against Carlos Adames? I mean, that Adames performance was underwhelming, to say the least. I mean, Hamza Sheeraz, I thought, deserved to lose that fight. He was lucky to escape with a draw and keep that blemish on his on his record, or keep the blemish off his record. So I think Hamza Sheeraz, we got to find out something about him. Because Edgar Berlanga is going to take the fight to him. Edgar Berlanga is going to force Hamza Sheeraz to fight. Does Sheeraz engage with him like he did against Damo Williams, or is he more tentative, fighting up the jab and content to go the distance?
And how will he handle the verbal jabs today at the press conference? Because you know Edgar Berlanga is going to be barking all afternoon long at him. Can't wait to see that. It's a double main event, by the way. We just spoke about one half of it. The other half is the return of William Zepeda taking on a man whose hands have been a big question mark. How are his hands? Shakur Stevenson and this man to my left got to the bottom of it. Your story today on SI.com. You somehow cracked the safe. He opened up to you about what he's dealing with. What did you learn?
Well, his hands are a significant problem, you know, and have been for really the last 6 or 7 fights. Now, Shakur Stevenson has taken steps over the last year to take treating his hands more seriously. He has a physical therapist that comes to see him daily during training camp. He does regular exercises, but we've seen his last 2 fights, the hands have become a major problem. You saw that fight against Edwin De Los Santos, which was a dud because Shakur went into that fight with a hand injury. Josh Padley, this most recent fight, Shakur wound up scoring a knockout, but he hurt both his hands during that fight. So the question is, against Zepeda, someone that throws upwards of 100 punches per round, can Shakur fire back? Does he have the kind of output you need to have against William Zepeda to win a decision?
The 2 worst injuries for fighters are a hand injury and a rib injury. They won't let you be yourself. But when you have career-long hand injuries, just like Stevenson, just like Floyd Mayweather Jr., just like Paul Gonzalez back in the day, Paulie Malignaggi, these guys weren't really punchers. You know, they were able to box. They were able to stick and move, use the jabs. Stevenson has that. So I'm not really worried about the hand injuries. Every fighter has them. But once you get in there, the adrenaline starts running. As long as you have the right gloves, the right hand wrapping, it shouldn't be an issue.
You know, you said the ribs and the hands, but then yesterday you said if your hands are hurting, the area you should target is your opponent's ribs. Why do you think that?
Well, because look, rib injuries, you can't brace for them. You can't really put nothing on them. You can't put padding. You know, whenever you have a hand injury, you can over-tape it. You can put gauze. You can use a different type of glove that's more cushiony. You can't do that in the ribs. So I think hand injuries are more psychological.
But you said punching someone to the body, to the ribs, is the way to go with injured hands, not to the face.
Oh, well, because it's softer. You know, the belly's softer, the torso's softer. But if you start hitting the head with the wrong angle, you're going to re-injure the hand.
To put a button on this, one of the things that I thought was interesting that Shakur told me was that if he had his preference, this fight would not be happening in July. Like, he just fought in February. He wanted another couple of months to rest his hands to get ready for this fight. He was hoping for September, October. But as we've seen with a lot of fighters, guys like Frank Sanchez and Jarrell Miller, when Turki Al-Sheikh says this is the date and puts all that money on the table, they do it. So I'm wondering if the quick turnaround from the February fight for Shakur Stevenson winds up being a factor.
And the man, of course, that he is fighting, William Zepeda, El Camarón, the Shrimp. Sergio, the man throws a hellacious amount of punches, 1,500, I think, against Jojo Diaz. He's going to be a buzzsaw. How does he break down Shakur Stevenson, something no one's been able to do?
I'm curious to see it myself because you need footwork in order to break that distance. Stevenson is like a cat. He jumps in and jumps out. His reflexes are quick. His instinct is quick. So if you don't have footwork, it's going to be hard to do. So he's going to need to jab his way in. That's something Zepeda does have. He breaks records when it comes to jabs, the punches. And once he gets inside, rip the body, rip the shoulders, the biceps. You're not going to get a clean shot on a guy like Stevenson. So you just have to be happy hitting whatever he gives you.
Yeah, look, we saw maybe a humanization of William Zepeda in this last couple of fights against Tevin Farmer. Going into that fight, William Zepeda was a buzzsaw. Everyone was looking at William Zepeda as the next big thing. He got 2 wins against Tevin Farmer, but these were a lot tougher than I think people expected. So I'm wondering if Tevin Farmer maybe exposed some things with William Zepeda, if his defense and his ability to tie Zepeda up like that are things that Shakur Stevenson can go to school. And look, this is a fight that is the unstoppable force against the immovable object. William Zepeda is the most prolific fight puncher in boxing today. Statistically, he's the best. Statistically, Shakur Stevenson is the hardest fighter to hit in all of boxing, the best plus-minus in all of boxing. So we are going to get a clash of styles that I think is going to lead to a fantastic fight.
All right, can't wait to see it. And those 2 men will be on the stage here momentarily. We're just minutes away from the start of today's press conference. But let's show you the entire fight card coming your way from the U.S. Open Tennis Center and the Louis Armstrong Stadium, the first ever boxing event held there at that venue. And we'll kick things off with a fighter out of Saudi Arabia, Muhammad Al-Akel, who we've called a few of his fights. He's 4-0, looking to remain undefeated. And at the top of the undercard, guys, Hoya versus Matias. You think that one might steal the show, Sergio?
I really do, because Hoya's he's accustomed to power punchers. He was able to take the win of Gary Antoine Russell, who was one of the biggest power punchers in boxing. Matias' power is not going to scare a veteran like Hoya, a former champion like him. His size, his range, throwback fighter is Hoya.
And then there's the double main event, Shakur Stevenson, William Zepeda, and Edgar Berlanga versus Hamza Sheeraz. One fighter that's also making his return after that tough loss to David Benavidez, David Morrell Jr. How do you think he's going to handle that defeat as he looks to bounce back against the Russian nightmare in Imam Katayev?
I think he'll handle it well. I think the Benavidez fight was a learning experience for David Morrell, who was inexperienced in terms of overall record and against the caliber of competition that David Benavidez provided. I didn't think David Morrell was outclassed in that fight. I thought that he was competitive throughout and got beat by arguably the best man at 168 or 175. Like, David Benavidez is elite. So I think he's going to be a better fighter as a result of it. When you face that type of competition, it can only help you grow as a fighter.
I agree. And look, he has less than a dozen fights. This is a man with that amateur experience that Cubans, they get, fast forward in their career. They're allowed to do that. He has the size, he has the power, he goes for the knockout. So he wasn't intimidated by the Mexican monster. And you can see right there, eye level. These shots right here normally do a lot of damage, break down fighters, like we've seen against Demetrius Andrade and so many other quality fighters from that southpaw stance. You can see that Benavidez actually rocked Morrell right there, but Morrell fought him right back. That's what you got to do with monsters. That's what you do with bullies. They land you a good shot, you got to get it right back. And that right there was a controversial knockdown, but he did land a punch, and that is psychological for David Morrell, being the first man to drop Benavidez like that.
Look, I think he's still one of the best fighters in this weight class, and if he picks up a win in this fight, puts him right back in play for some of the best fights at 175.
And looking down the line, since we just saw footage of David Benavidez, November 22nd, we learned he'll be in the ring against Anthony Yarde. The official press conference will be tomorrow here from New York. I believe Chris Mannix, you'll be hosting that. Your thoughts on that matchup? A lot of people here in the United States may not know too much about Anthony Yarde.
Yeah, Anthony Yarde had a very tough fight against Artur Beterbiev. And so he is someone that is certainly a credible guy at 175 pounds. And look, it's a chance for David Benavidez to inch even closer to some of the big fights that he has been craving. Look, this guy's been calling everybody out at 168 and 175. At 68, he was begging for that fight against Canelo Alvarez. At 75, he was the mandatory for Dimitri Bivol and Artur Beterbiev when they were title holders. So he's been looking for a big fight. A win over Anthony Yarde, I think, could push him a little closer to that in 2026.
No, Anthony Yarde is a solid name moving up to 175. He's a unit. I don't know if you remember when we seen him in person. He looks like a football player. He's really strong, but he's athletic. The thing about Benavidez, his power hasn't really carried up to 175 pounds. We're going to have to rely on more boxing, more jabs, breaking down fighters instead of that one-punch power that he had at super middleweight. So we're going to find out a lot of different questions, a lot of answers on David Benavidez at light heavyweight.
Yeah, more on that fight in the months to come. I'm being told right now the holdup why the press conference has not begun yet is because Edgar Berlanga is not available. Maybe he's slapping Oscar backstage right now. I don't know what's going on. Some mind games here, maybe, Sergio?
No, man. I mean, this is his city, and he carries himself like a star. And sometimes, he wants to make a late arrival, and all eyes on him. That's the type of guy that Edgar Berlanga is. It's annoying, but that's the type of guy he is.
He acts like a star. He talks like a star. We need to find out if he is a star, right? Like, he has get a lot of traction, a lot of mileage out of a 12-round lopsided decision loss to Canelo Alvarez. I'm not knocking him for the performance. He went the distance with the best at 168. He performed a lot better than other people thought he was going to perform coming into that fight, but we don't know what he looks like against top competition. This is going to be that type of fight. I mean, look at Hamza Sheeraz standing there. How was that guy 160 pounds just one fight earlier? He is massive. He has shown the ability to be a big puncher. He has the pedigree to be an excellent boxer. This really is the fight that we find out if Edgar Berlanga has some substance to back up his style.
Not only that, but we've seen Berlanga have issues with movers. Sheeraz can move, he can box, he can fight, I think at super middleweight, he's going to be more boxer than puncher. I think the Adames fight actually encouraged him, and he knows that he needed to work on a lot of things, tweak some things. I think we're going to see the best Sheeraz, and Berlanga, if he comes looking for the knockout in his hometown, going to impress the crowd, I think that could work against him, and Sheeraz can do well.
And you mentioned the mind game part of this, Todd. And I do think Berlanga has spent the entire promotion trying to get under the skin of Hamza Sheeraz. And I think he's had some success to it. I mean, Hamza Sheeraz is a candidate to fight Canelo Alvarez in 2026. That's real. And Edgar's been kind of prying me, like, I know you're waiting for Canelo. I know you're waiting for Canelo. Like, he is doing everything he can to take Hamza Sheeraz out of this moment, to make him think about a whole bunch of different things. I think it's smart strategy. And I think it could potentially make Sheeraz fight differently on fight night.
He keeps saying you're Turkey's boy.
Yeah.
His Excellency wants you to win.
Yep.
It's me against the world. You know, sometimes fighters say that stuff to pump themselves up, not so much to try to put the other guy down.
Yeah, mind games, psychological games, and when you have a big mouth, you know, you're a promoter. You know how to sell a fight. Berlanga knows how to sell a fight. He's the bad guy. He wants to be hated, but he backs it up with knockouts. He has that big power. I mean, 16 straight first-round knockouts. That's a record that probably I won't see for a long time again. And now he needs more boxing, so he's been going to decision more, fighting better fighters. Can he knock out another undefeated fighter in Sheeraz? We're going to find out.
All right, and we're going to find out what these gentlemen have to say to each other. The press conference is ready to go, and for that, we send it to the stage and Thomas Treiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final press conference for Ring 3. A great night of World Championship Boxing this Saturday, July 12th, from the Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York. It is being brought to you by Ring Magazine with Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, Frank Warren for Queensberry, Spencer Brown for Gold Star Promotions, Warriors Boxing, and Sella in collaboration with Box Raw. Along with their great sponsors, Public Investment Fund, Visit Saudi, Visit Qatar, SRMG, STC, Dr. Suleiman El Habib Medical Group, Saudia, the national airline of Saudi Arabia, Jeddah Season, Shori, Malaf Cola, Core Life, Desert, NHC, Jacko, Sky, ANB, DAZN, Crypto, Rotana, First Data, Islamic Solitary Games, the Red Sea, SMC, Sella, Jeddah Economic Company, Middle Beast, Atlantis, Intercontinental, Arroyo Cruises, and Conos. A big thanks to those great sponsors. A reminder, this great event will be shown exclusively live worldwide on DAZN. Buy it now at DAZN.com. Well, let's now welcome the participants already seated, beginning with the fighters. From Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Mighty Mo, Mohammed Alakel. From Japan, Reito Tutsumi. A native of Russia, now fighting out of Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, Imam Katayev. From Santa Clara, Cuba, David Morel. From Fajardo, Puerto Rico, Subriel, El Orgullo de Martinillo, Matias. From San Juan de la Maguana en la República Dominicana, Alberto La Avispa Puello. We now welcome the promoters. Oscar De La Hoya of Golden Boy Promotions. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. Frank Warren of Queensberry. and Spencer Brown of Gold Star Promotions. We also have with us here today the manager of Edgar Berlanga, Keith Connolly, and of Warriors Boxing, promoter of David Morrell, Louis DeCubas Sr., and the COO of Ring Magazine, Rick Reno. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you the International Boxing Hall of Fame ring announcer, the one and only, the greatest, Michael Buffer.
Just the way I wrote that introduction. Thank you, Thomas Schreiber. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can tell by the who's who of boxing promoters here and the fighters we have just getting warmed up for the main event, the double main event. It's going to be a great night of boxing Saturday at the Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York, USA. And it's all called Ring 3, featuring a double main event. Once again, brought to you by Ring Magazine with Oscar De Loy's Golden Boy Promotions, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions, Spencer Brown for Gold Star Promotions, and Sella in collaboration with Box Raw. It's a double main event. Two fights that could stand by themselves, headlining any card in boxing, but you're going to get a double dose of it. Let's bring the fighters out to the stage and to their chairs at this time. The first contest, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, ranked number 3 in the world by Ring Magazine. His professional record is a perfect one. 33 fights, 33 victories, 27 big wins by knockout. He comes to us from San Mateo Atenco, Mexico. He is the undefeated WBC interim world champion. He is William El Camarón Zepeda. All right, and his opponent, an Olympic silver medalist, a perfect professional record also, 23 fights, 23 victories, 11 big wins by knockout, already a 3-division, 3-time world champion, the former featherweight world champion, former super featherweight world champion, the reigning, defending WBC lightweight champion of the world from Newark, New Jersey, Shakur Stevenson. It's a double main event because from that fight we go to our next one, an anticipated contest, 12 rounds in the super middleweight division. Introducing first, ranked number 3 in the world in the middleweight division. He comes to us from Ilford, Essex in the United Kingdom. His record, outstanding. 22 fights, 21 victories, 17 big wins by knockout. He has a draw. He is unbeaten in the ring. The British Commonwealth champion, European middleweight champion. He is the undefeated Hamza Sheeraz. And his opponent, an outstanding record, 23 victories, 18 of those 23 wins by knockout, only 1 defeat. From Brooklyn, New York, ladies and gentlemen, the 2-time NABO super middleweight champion. He's the chosen one, Edgar Berlanga. Saturday night, a great card from the bottom to the top, a double main event contest. So let me turn it over to another undefeated fighter with a record of 1-0 as he made his pro debut this year. He is the star of Wade Concept. How about introducing Wade Clemens? The undefeated Wade Clemens.
Thank you, sir. Wow, what an applause. I appreciate that, everybody. Thank you so much. What an introduction from the great Michael Buffer. And what a card we have, folks. Ring 3, it's only days away. And you've heard it so many times already, but it's a double main event. If that's not enough for you, it is a 2-title fight card. I mean, that's more stacked than my grandmama's pancakes on a Sunday morning, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not going to go over it anymore. I'm going to feed it to the people that matter more on this stage. And I'm going to start with the COO of the Ring Magazine, Mr. Rick Reno, to explain just how good this card is.
Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone for coming out. And this is an unbelievable card. I've been looking forward to this card for a while. I have goosebumps just thinking about this card. And certainly Eddie Hearn didn't have any goosebumps last week while watching Jack Catterall and Harlem Eubank. It was a little bit of Jerry and Jerry there. The only Tom was Eddie heading for the exit sign when the decision was announced. Eddie can't even disagree with that one.
It wasn't the best.
It's the only time when people came to him for a rematch and Eddie said, "Fuck off." This card is unbelievable from top to bottom. Sergio Matias and Alberto Puello for the WBC title. You never, ever see a bad Matias fight. Pound for pound, one of the most exciting fighters to watch. From the start, when we began these Ring Magazine cards, I wanted Matias on one of these cards. He's a can't-miss fighter to watch. The same thing for David Morrell. Suffered one loss, good fight, but he has the look, he has the style, and he has time to still be a megastar in the sport. He has everything going for him, but he's got a tough operator in Kataev, dangerous fighter, and that's a fight that also I've been looking forward to for a while. And you know, Morrell's certainly not overlooking Kataev. Kataev wants to make a statement, and the winner is going to go on to much bigger and better things. Shakur Stevenson, you can't say enough about him. He's at the cusp of a major, major opportunity. He's right at the door, and either he's going to knock on it or he's going to break it down on Saturday night. But the one thing I've learned in this sport is you can never overlook a Mexican fighter that's determined, like William Zepeda. Zepeda, he knows the situation that he's in. He knows he's a big underdog. He knows what Shakur is. He knows how talented Shakur is. He knows Shakur is a pound-for-pound boxer, and he knows what he has to do. And I know Shakur wants to make a statement, the same statement that he made against guys like Valdez, against Herring, and he wants to make an even bigger one this coming Saturday. And the main event, Hamza Sheeraz against the man right here, Edgar Berlanga. Sheeraz, first fight at 68, first fight in the United States, and he's going up against a man who calls himself the King of New York. And this fight bombs away. Edgar, he's told me he's going to go for the kill from the very first round. Hamza, he feels confident that he's going to take Edgar out. His team are confident that he's going to take Edgar out. Even Oscar De La Hoya is confident that he's going to take Edgar out. And it's one of those fights where the winner is going to go on to much, much bigger things. Maybe Canelo, maybe David Benavidez. We'll just have to see. And again, I thank everyone for coming out, and I turn things back over to Wade.
Thank you, Rick. Eddie, I feel like there were some shots thrown there, and I'd be remiss if I didn't let you respond. Mr. Eddie Hearn?
I think he's right, to be honest with you. It wasn't a great fight, but thanks for the kind words. As always, Rick. It's always great to see you up here. I think Rick said it all, really. This is a fantastic fight card. I think boxing right now is in the greatest place it's ever been. Of course, thank you to Turki Al-Sheikh for his investment and his vision. And thank you as well to DAZN, the global home of boxing. I always say that 5 or 6 years ago we came to America. We were trying to convince people about this app that would be the future of boxing. It was a difficult journey. Now everyone's phoning DAZN to be on the app, the global home of boxing. And I think His Excellency's done it again, this time Flushing Meadows. Very, very refreshing to see a new venue, a tennis venue, one that we've seen stage majors around for history over the years as well. And as Rick said, for me, 4 standout fights. I think Morel against Katiev is just going to be one of the great 175-pound matchups of recent years. We saw Katiev on our show in Sydney. Morel's a top-class fighter. This is a must-win fight for both. Puello against Matias, a great World Championship matchup. Dalton Smith here, ready to face the winner. And the 2 co-main events, for me, I think one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the sport, Shakur Stevenson. As I said before, 28 years of age, 3-division world champion. I think this guy should be an American superstar, but to show greatness, you need the right dance partner. And we've got that in Zepeda, who's a tremendous fighter, with great heart, with great work rate. But in my opinion, you will see... Sorry? Sorry, who said that? I don't know what you said, but yes, I'm sure about that. You will see true greatness from Shakur Stevenson on Saturday night. I think this is the performance to show the world just how great he is. And, you know, I believe he'll do that in style. Hamza against Edgar. My old mate down there, Edgar, and my old Essex mate over there, Hamza. What a brilliant fight. 2 great guys, 2 great fighters. I think it's going to gel fantastically well. So well done to His Excellency, and well done to DAZN as well. You guys are just putting on a schedule that is unrivaled in boxing, the true global home of the sport, and it's an honour to be involved with an incredible night.
Thank you, Eddie. Also on stage, we have the CEO and chairman of Golden Boy Promotions, a legend in his own right, Boxing Hall of Famer Oscar De La Hoya. A little bit of a mixed reaction there, Oscar. There it is. A little bit of a mixed reaction there, but talk to me about the importance of this card and for your fighter, William Zepeda, Oscar.
Yeah, no, we're very excited for the, which, and no disrespect to Sheeraz, but which should be the main event. You know, I think Shakur Stevenson is a great fighter. I mean, hands down, I have a lot of respect for him. I think that Shakur is by far one of the, you know, greatest fighters now today. But, you know, he's facing William Zepeda, who is a machine. You know, he's wanted this fight. He's wanted this fight for quite a while now. I think both guys wanted this fight for quite a while. So
don't lie, Oscar,
I really feel that everything happens for a reason. You know, this fight was supposed to happen several years or months ago, but the fact that William Zepeda, you know, is active, he keeps fighting, he keeps winning. He's probably one of the most active fighters in the ring today, throwing 1,000 punches over 12 rounds. Look, it's not going to be an easy fight, and I think this is why this fight here with William Zepeda and Shakur Stevenson is probably a candidate for Fight of the Year already. That's how good it's going to be. But look, just remember one thing. Shakur Stevenson, yes, he has great, amazing skills, just like Floyd Mayweather. I mean, I compared both guys being great. But when Floyd Mayweather faced Jose Luis Castillo, similar styles, almost similar styles, punches and bunches, a lot of pressure, a lot of ring IQ. I think we're going to see something similar, which is going to be exciting for the fans. So, Turki Al-Sheikh, thank you very much for putting this together. We're very excited about being here in New York. I really feel that this card here is going to really surprise and shake the boxing world in a good way. It's going to make fighters think and feel that they have to fight inside that ring. And that's the reason why Turki Al-Sheikh, he mentioned it, he wants to shrink the ring as the fight goes on. I don't know how that's going to happen, but I'm really looking forward to that. I think a lot of fans all over the world are looking forward to that. But like I said, this fight here with William Zepeda and Shakur Stevenson is going to be an amazing, amazing fight. And obviously, I have my guy winning, William Zepeda. Thank you.
No, you don't. Thank you, Oscar. Just for clarification, I think that the ring shrinking is more of a figurative thing. I don't think that's what's going to be happening. But I want to hand it over now to the founder of Queensberry Promotions, Mr. Frank Warren. Frank, talk to me about the importance of this card for your fighter and Hamza Sheeraz.
Good afternoon, New York. It's great to be in the East Coast fight capital. We've got a fabulous, fabulous card with Ring Magazine 3 at the Louis Armstrong Stadium on Saturday. This is an unbelievable, great card of boxing. Fabulous fights all the way through. I'm here with Hamza Sheeraz, who's undefeated. He's coming up a weight and he's fighting New York's own Edgar Berlanga. It's a tough fight. It's a real tough fight. It's a tough fight for both of them. They're both young men. Their styles will blend, and I promise you, you are going to see something special with these two guys. And I expect my man to prevail and come through and win this fight. But it's going to be a glorious night for him and for everybody who's going to be there. They're going to see something special. The undercard is just amazing. They're amazing fights. I mean, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, what he's put together here is just phenomenal. If you're a fight fan, you're in fight heaven watching this stuff. It's on the Zone, the capital of boxing around the world, the station to watch if you want to see the big fights, and you're going to see something special on Saturday. And we're going to take this win back to the UK with us.
Hey, Frank. I'll now turn it over to the manager for Edgar Berlanga, Mr. Keith Connolly. Keith, talk to me about the importance for Edgar here fighting at home and just this fight Saturday, what it means to you and your fighter.
It's a huge platform for Edgar. It's a great fight as well. There's 4 fights on this card. Every single card could be a main event, but we were lucky enough to get the main event, and that's because Edgar is a star in New York, and I think this is the type of platform and the type of opponent that will turn Edgar into a superstar. I want to thank Turki Al-Sheikh. Obviously, thank DAZN, they're the leading platform in boxing by far right now. And we had a good meeting with Turki the other night, and if Edgar gets through this, which he will, there's huge plans going forward. So expect a huge knockout by Edgar Berlanga. In fact, I'm guaranteeing a knockout Saturday night. All right? Guarantee. And you're going to see fireworks Saturday.
Thank you, Keith. A knockout guarantee, fireworks guarantee. Let's turn it over to Spencer Brown, the founder of Gold Star Promotions. Spencer, you hear that talk?
Yeah, big talk. But I've had numerous arguments with Keith over this one. Look, it's a great card in a great city, and what I've seen so far, great fight fans here. It's unbelievable. It's a pleasure to be here. Again, Turki Al-Sheikh's done it. But wouldn't it be funny if a kid from Essex became the King of New York, which I think he will do on Saturday. I think he will become the King of New York, so you'll have an Essex kid taking over New York. So we're very, very confident in this fight. Very confident. So I'll see you, Keith, on the Saturday night. You're getting the drinks in.
Thank you, Spencer. And lastly, I'll turn it over to Luis de Cuba Sr., who is here on behalf of his fighter, David Morrell Jr.
First, I want to thank everybody present. I want to thank Al Heyman. I'd like to thank Turki Al-Sheikh for having great fight cards like he's been having. I'd like to thank Dr. Rakan. I'd like to, my partner of 35 years, Leon Margolis. Tremendous card. I've been in the business 43 years. Every fight on this card, top 4 here, you know, like you say, like Connolly said, could be a main event on any card. They're all great fighters, young fighters, and it's nice to see the best trying to fight the best and to make boxing better. And I think that I'd like to thank again Turki Al-Sheikh for doing this and making the best fight the best. And I think it's going to be a great night of boxing. David Morrell, he's back. He came back, and you know he wasn't looking to fight no easy opponent. We looked for a A guy, you know, is a bronze medal in the Olympics, tough guy, undefeated, 10-0, 9 knockouts, rough guy, and Morrell's ready to go with anybody. So he's never gonna back down to nobody, you know. So I'm just happy to be here and be part of this great card. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Louis. I'm going to get just a statement from most of our main event fighters here. And I want to start with Edgar Berlanga. You had a lot to say while Spencer was talking there. You heard what Oscar had to say about who should be the main event. Edgar, I want to give you a chance to speak your piece about Saturday.
First and foremost, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. You know, he's King of Kings, man. And for Oscar saying that we shouldn't be main event, you know, obviously I got my brother on the side of me right here. You know, we spoke. And I told him, you know what I'm saying, it's a double main event. You know, New York City is my city. You know, I was born and raised here, you know, and I'm a star here. So it was only right.
Now, what was said, not for long, about what was said by your manager, Keith Conley.
Eat a dick. Who said that?
What was said?
Eat a dick, fathead.
We'll see Saturday.
Eat a dick.
Yeah.
Eat a dick.
Yeah.
Edgar, real quick, your manager, Keith Conley, said first round knockout is what's coming for Saturday.
Wait, what?
Keith?
I said knockout.
Oh, yeah,
knockout potentially in the first round. Is that the goal and is that the mission?
I'm the king. You know I'm the king of the first round. You know I'm the king. So I'm gonna touch that nigga jaw, man. That fucking giraffe. I'm gonna touch his jaw.
Is that your response?
First and foremost, I'd like to thank the Almighty Allah for allowing me to be here today. I'd like to thank Frank Warren, His Excellency, Spencer, my team. And in reply to that clown over there, he knows what's coming. He knows what's coming.
What's the tune we're playing there, Edgar? Seems like he's got some loaded up stuff for you, Hamza. You knew the games were coming, though. You knew that there was going to be some mind games played today.
Listen, we're only two nights away from the fight. You can do what you want.
A little Jurassic Park there, Edgar?
Yeah, fuck him.
Now, I'll move on to Shakur.
Wait, hold up, wait, and I got...
Go ahead.
I got a phone call, Rick, I want to pick up. Hold up. Hey, mate.
What's going on, bro?
Wait, you get me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yo, hey, I got you live right now on a press conference.
Okay, cool.
Do you know that guy, Hamza Sheeraz?
No one really knows him in the UK. He's a mock pit. I just flew over here. No one's come here for him.
We went to your own gaff, as we'd say, and no one knows who you are, bro. No one knows who the fuck you are.
Where are you from in London?
I'm from Central London, mate.
I love you, man. Say it again.
He said you're being fish nets with Oscar by the end of the week.
Let's get it. I love you, mate. Who's the king of London?
You.
Again, the mind games from Edgar Berlanga, but let's turn attention to our other main event. I want to start with you, Shakur Stevenson. Listen, the world is talking about you being potentially, if not the best, one of the best boxers on the planet. This could be your moment to not only shine in the backyard of your city, but also to show people or remind people that you are one of the best in the world. What are your thoughts on Saturday?
I'm here. I've been calling this dude out for 3 years. I heard Oscar say that they've been trying to get this fight for 3 years, but they're lying. They had opportunity to fight me before. They turned it down, and it was all Oscar. So come Saturday night, I'm coming in here to beat his ass. He gonna come, he gonna be tough, strong, but I'm coming to whoop his ass. I stand by that. I'm fucking him up. Yeah. I'm fucking him up.
William, I don't know if you heard any of that, but Shakur Stevenson saying he's coming to beat your ass. He's going to stand in the middle. He said he's waiting for you. It's knockout season. Belt to ass. You've heard all that all week. What are your thoughts on how this fight goes?
Bueno, pues. Cállate, cállate la boca. Cállate la boca, puto. Bueno, pues. Cállate.
A ver si ese día lo demuestra. En México dicen que lo que se habla con la boca se sostiene con ya saben qué. Vamos a ver ese día. Yo vengo bien preparado. Soy consciente de lo que me estoy enfrentando. Sé que Shakur es un gran peleador, que tengo una tarea dura que resolver esa noche, pero para eso me preparé. Llevo 16 años en esto y estoy esperando esta oportunidad y creo que el 12 de julio México y el mundo va a conocer a William el Camarón Zepeda. And the new.
In Mexico, there's a saying in Mexico. Can you guys hear me?
Hey, Oscar, you don't want to bet?
¿Me escuchas?
Oscar.
¿Tú me escuchas?
Oscar,
Okay.
you sounded real
There's a
confident.
saying-
Do you want to bet?
Well,
Shakur, right here, right next to you.
You don't have enough money.
You said what?
wow.
Oscar, bet, bitch.
I bet whatever you want to bet.
Oscar, bet, bitch.
Bet some money, nigga. Bet some money. He quiet. Why you so quiet? Scary ass nigga. You don't believe in your fighter. Hello. Oscar done got quiet as shit. Look at him, dog. I'm right next to you now.
Shakur's asking for a bet.
Bet some money.
You don't have enough money. What am I
We
gonna
could bet
do?
him. We could bet him.
Come on.
We could bet him. We could bet him.
I don't bet. I'm not a betting
Yo,
guy.
you're not a betting guy. Oh, here you go with that pussy ass shit now, man.
Don't have enough money. Come on.
Oh my God. You pussy for that, Oscar. We checked your temperature, man.
To William Zepeda's answer, do we have our translation for William Zepeda's answer?
Is the mic open?
I don't think our
I
mic's
am.
open.
I'm
We'll
loud
come
as
back.
hell. Tell him come shut me up. Tell him come shut me up, nigga. Tell him come shut me up, nigga.
We'll
What
come
is y'all
back to
talking about?
William
Shut me
Zepeda
up.
in just 1 second.
Shut me up. Shut me up. Shut me up. I'm still talking. And I'm going to talk after Saturday. Y'all going to see.
check.
What y'all talking about? Shut me up.
Shakur,
Shut me up.
real quick, Shakur.
I'm right here. Shut me up. Shut me up. Hello.
Shakur, there's a lot of energy. I can tell you're fired up for this one, more so maybe than some in the past. What's bringing that energy out of you?
I mean, these guys act like this guy's a threat. He's a big monster. He was #1 in all the sanctioning bodies. So if he this killer, I want to see him on Saturday. That's what I want to see.
Translation for William Zepeda. Hamza, I'll come back to you.
Hey, before you go to him, I got something for William Zepeda. He don't speak English. I brought.
Gift for my little fucking stripper. My little fucking stripper. Look at me. Look at me.
Is that a Louis?
Yeah, for you. Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah. Yeah, for you. Look, remember this shit? Remember that shit?
Hey. Oh, yeah. Hey. I knew actually.
Remember this shit?
First of all, sit down. You have no world titles. What? You have no world titles. Oh, yeah, let me put them on now. Let me put them on now, baby. I got some right here for you. Come here, I got some right here for you. Hey, listen to me. Listen to this. This guy's not even Puerto Rican. I've been asking for your Puerto Rican passport. Where is it at? Where's your Puerto Rican passport? Where's your Puerto Rican passport? I'm more Puerto Rican than you.
Stop robbing fucking fighters,
Puerto
man.
Rican than you.
Stop robbing
What are
fighters,
you
man.
talking about? Hey, your jewelry is as fake as your wins. That jewelry's probably fake as
Shit,
hell.
you bitch.
Hey,
Shit.
shit.
You my stripper. You my stripper.
Hey,
You my stripper.
check his jewelry. See if it's
You
real.
you
See if
my
it's real.
stripper.
Is that real? Fake jewelry. Come on, man. You got fake jewelry. Come on now. Fake jewelry.
Fuck you.
You can't even win a world
You my
title.
fucking stripper,
You can't
bitch.
even win a world Fuck you! Fuck you!
Gentlemen.
Canelo! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fucking parade!
You lost Canelo! You lost fucking Munguia and you lost me! You couldn't afford me!
Where's your passport? You couldn't afford Puerto Rican passport.
Gentlemen.
You're not even Puerto Rican. Come on.
Fuck you!
I'm more Puerto Rican than you.
Fuck you, stripper! Fuck
Do you have a world title? Nothing. Sit down.
Let's
Sit
rate
down.
it in. Let's rate it in,
No world
guys.
title.
Oscar, let's
Sit
rate it in.
down.
Thank you, Oscar. Thank you.
down.
Appreciate it.
No
Thank you.
world title. Sit down. After you win one world title, you can talk to me. After you win one world title,
We'll continue
you
this
can
in
talk
just
to
a
me.
second. We'll continue in just a second. Thank you. Have a seat, Oscar. My goodness.
Come on, you think you're gonna slap me?
Oscar,
Come on.
please, Oscar. Thank you. Oscar, easy. Oscar, let's have a seat. Let's cool things down, folks. Let's cool it down just a little bit.
Come on now.
Let's cool it down just a little bit. I can see the intensity. But Hamza, I want to come back to you. Hamza, in an environment like this, Hamza, how do you keep your cool with all the chaos surrounding everything that's going on?
Listen, at the end of the day, I'm here to do a job. I put in my work, and that's it. We're going to knock this sausage out, inshallah.
Hamza, do you see a little bit of insecurity, maybe some fear in there that he has to do all this?
Not really. This is me doing me. I'm just here watching whatever the fuck's going on here. I'm just doing me, bro.
Last one for me, Hamza. I just want to know this move to 168. You look refreshed. You feel like you're filling into the weight class. You're big as hell already. How does this weight class fit you?
No, it feels great. Alhamdulillah, it feels great. Saturday night, I'll show you what I'm about. Thank you very much. And thanks to all the media for coming out as well. It's my first time here. I'll put on a show for all you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All the Puerto Ricans, all the Mexicans, all the Pakistanis, all the Asians. Listen, I'm doing it for you lot, inshallah. I'm with you lot. Thank you very much. Let's go.
Thank you, Hamza. I'm going to come back to our main card in just a second, but I want to show our undercard some love as well. And I want to start with the WBC Super Lightweight Champion himself, Alberto Puello, ladies and gentlemen. Alberto, you're a born winner. You're undefeated. No man has beaten you. Through tough fights, through big fights, you've always come out on top. What would a victory mean on Saturday?
Victo, vienes como el campeón, vienes obviamente de pelear como un guerrero en todas tus contiendas. Una victoria el sábado, ¿qué significa para ti?
Bueno, primero que nada, gracias a toda la promoción del organizador del evento, gracias a mi empresa Chuan Boxing, Luis de Cuba Junior y a todo mi equipo. Me siento súper bien, en las mejores condiciones de mi vida para robarme la noche este 12 de julio.
¿Pero qué significa para ti una victoria el sábado?
Significa mucho, ya que le estaré ganando a uno de los más evitados de la división. Me estaría posicionando en uno de los mejores escalones de mi carrera.
First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody, to all the promoters and everybody that made this possible, especially to my team. And of course, I'm in the best condition that I've ever been in my career. And it's great to have another opponent of the caliber of Suriel Matias. It's good to have that kind of stepping stone in my career. And I look forward to Saturday.
When you look about a fight with Suriel Matias, they've called him the boogeyman. They've said that when he touches you on the chin, you go to sleep. What do you think about his power? What do you think about what he brings Saturday?
A Suriel Matías lo conocen como el coco de esta división, que cuando te tocan en el mentón te vas a dormir. ¿Qué opinas tú del poder que tiene Suriel Matías?
Es todo lo contrario, el coco soy yo, que tengo el título mundial en la mano.
I think it's the opposite. I think the boogeyman in this division is me, because I'm the one that has the title.
Suriel, you liked that answer.
Yeah, sí.
Talk to me about this fight on Saturday and why it's your moment.
Primero que nada, gracias a Dios, ¿verdad?, por las oportunidades, a las personas que hicieron esto posible, a mi equipo que está tras bastidores detrás de mí, hicieron esto posible, ¿no? Y me ayudaron en esta gran preparación, y en especial a mi auspiciador, Extravit,
Sumamente contento, ¿verdad?, por la oportunidad. Y referente a lo que acaba de decir, tiene razón, tiene el título ahora mismo, soy retador. Mi consejo sería que duerma con el abrazado hasta el día de la pelea.
First of all, I want to thank everybody that has made my journey here possible, especially my promoters, my managers, and my sponsors. And I'm very grateful for this opportunity. I understand that I am the challenger, but we'll see what happens on Saturday.
No man has beaten this man. Not Sandor Martin. Not Gary Antoine Russell. What makes you different? What makes you and new come Saturday?
Nadie le ha podido ganar a Alberto Puello. ¿Qué te hace a ti diferente?
Todo. Yo entiendo que soy diferente a todos esos peleadores, incluso a él. Él tiene un estilo elusivo, hermoso. Pero como él dice y dijo que corriendo no se ganan las peleas, y creo que está en un evento en donde ya está viendo que lo de Tommy Jerry no existe. Así que vamos a ver qué tanto él quiere la pelea y cuánto tardo yo en cacharlo. Cuando digo cacharlo me refiero a cuánto tardo yo en cogerlo, pararlo a él.
Everything is different. Like he said, everything will be determined on Saturday. But once he feels the pressure, we'll see how he's going to be able to take my power on his chin.
I don't know if you heard that, champ. He said once you see the pressure, once you see the power, you may not be able to take that on the chin. Do you have any response?
Oíste lo que dijo Suriel sobre su presión y su poder. ¿Qué dices tú?
Uno más. Estoy acostumbrado a enfrentar al oponente así y uno más, una noche más, una victoria más.
It's just another one. It's just one more. I've faced opponents like him before, so it's just another one.
Folks, what a banger of a fight. Do not sleep on that one. WBC Super Lightweight Championship on the line. But let's move to the light heavyweight division. And I want to start with David Morrell Jr. David, what a journey it's been. You've been flying through. Everybody in boxing is saying you're the next big thing. You have the fight with David Benavidez, and it's fight of the year contender. Now you're here. Just give me your thoughts leading up to Saturday.
Claudia.
I just wanted to know your thoughts for this Saturday, this matchup with all your fans and the fight with David Benavidez, how that went, fight of the year. I just want to know where you're at mentally for this matchup on Saturday.
First, thanks everybody for coming. Thanks God, thanks my team, Turkey too, the Cuban family for this opportunity again to support me after my last fight. I think he's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. I respect him. I'm ready 100% for this fight. I think so. Saturday night is my night. So my night is a big moment. It's a big opportunity for me again. So I come into the win Saturday night 100%. It's my second opportunity for come back to the number one, number two.
When you look across the table, Imam Kateev, and you see the man sitting there, what's it going to take to pull victory on Saturday for you?
Para enfrentarte a Kateev y llevarte la victoria cuando lo ves ahí en el otro lado de la mesa.
It's simple. Only inside the ring is David Morrell Jr. The phone is David Morrell Jr. Papi, hago pati entonces. Papi, nada, David Morrell que todo el mundo conoce, ¿me entiendes? Divertido, que siempre está, ¿sabes? Pasándola bien sobre el ring, haciendo lo que le gusta. Y esa es la versión que van a ver de mí nuevamente, que lamentablemente mi pelea pasada la perdí. O sea, es la versión nuevamente que van a ver de mí el 12 de julio.
Well, you're going to get a chance to see the best version of me, the happy version, the excited version, the one that always comes in with a big smile. Unfortunately, I didn't take the win in the last fight, but you're going to see the best version of me on Saturday.
Thank you, David. Imam, we haven't seen you yet. You're the first time here right now this week. How does New York feel to be here, and what's Saturday mean to you?
Imam, opéru razuba, kozagosh mouieton, New York mouieton, hudi juelcheton.
New York, hello, New York, everyone. I'm here. Yesterday I come. I'm here. I like New York. Hello, everyone. Okay.
Excited to see you here. This is good. We're excited to have you.
حبوي عج مسال انتريس ندوبا عزوني بوي صودي.
Yes, thank you. I'm ready. I have good training camp in Canada. I'm here now. I'm ready.
Tell me about David Morrell Jr. What do you see in him as a fighter, and how do you think this matchup goes down in your favor Saturday?
Как соперник, как ты думаешь, бой пройдет?
Сун обычно соперник сун такой хардуэл умадат любой соперник уважает, но для меня это самый обычный соперник. Ничего такого не вижу в нем.
I respect him as an opponent. I just look at him as any other opponents that I had. I had big fights before, and I had a good camp, and I'm ready.
Thank you. Folks, do not miss that one. They do a lot of their talking with their fists on Saturday. You're going to see him light it up. I want to turn now to the ring ambassador himself, the prodigy of Japan, and making his second fight as a pro, Rito Susumi. Give it up, folks. Rito, you're back in New York. Your first one was here in Times Square. Does it start to feel like home a little bit fighting here in New York?
前回タイムズスクエアでやって今回2回目のニューヨークですが気分はどうですか？
こうやってまた大きな舞台で戦えることを大変楽しみにしています。デビュー戦ではちょっと倒すことができなかったので、次の試合ではきっちり倒すところまで持っていきたいなというふうに思います。
Yeah, for the first fight, I wasn't really able to put my 100% out, but now I'm used to the New York crowd and New York scene, so this fight is going to definitely be better than last fight.
Rito, last one for me. Give me your message to the people watching this one. What's going to be different from that first fight? Why are you looking to this second fight and expecting fireworks from Rito Susumi?
今回のファンに向けて前回の試合とは違うどのような戦い方をするでしょうか？
そうですね。前回デビュー戦でまだプロの戦い方というのがまだはっきり定まってなかったんですけど、今回いい状態で仕上がることができたので、デビュー戦よりも強くなった姿が見せられるかなというふうに思います。
This will be my second fight, and I'm still trying to figure out my fighting style in the pro. But this time, I'm definitely going to show the world and my fan what my boxing style is going to be.
Thank you, Rito. Just as I thought I had everybody settled down, listen, folks, there's been a lot back and forth said here. There's been a lot of money thrown around, some other things as well. Oscar, you're very popular here in New York. But I want to go back to William Zepeda. We're going to get a final word from all of our main event fighters. But, William, I want to give you your chance to speak. There was a lot said about this fight not being something you wanted for the last 3 years. Shakur saying you didn't want any part of him. But now it's time. Now you're here. The #1 ranked across 4 sanctioning bodies, 33 wins, 27 knockouts. What's your message to your fans for Saturday?
Se dijo que era mentira lo que había dicho Oscar, que en realidad no venía negociando 3 años buscando esta pelea, pero ya estás aquí, ahora estás obviamente retando el campeón de 3 divisiones, medallista de plata en los Juegos Olímpicos con un récord impecable. ¿Qué tienes que decir tú ahora para tus fanáticos y obviamente con miras al sábado?
No, pues estoy muy agradecido con Golden Boy, con mi equipo por buscarme esa oportunidad. A Shakur le damos las gracias por darnos la oportunidad de pelear con él. Pero venimos a una guerra, venimos a pelear y primeramente Dios, México tiene un nuevo campeón del mundo.
Well, first of all, I want to be very grateful to Oscar de la Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions for this opportunity. I've already thanked Shakur Stevenson for the opportunity to fight him. But on Saturday, Mexico is going to celebrate a new champion.
I want to give you one more chance to answer this question because we didn't get it to begin with. William, how do you think Shakur will fight this fight? Are you going to have to chase him down? Is he going to meet you in the middle? What do you think?
¿Cómo crees que Shakur te va a pelear esta contienda? ¿En el centro del ring o lo vas a tener que perseguir?
Bueno, pues él, algo que lo ha caracterizado sus peleas es moverse, tiene un estilo elusivo. Tenemos una gran tarea para resolver durante 12 rounds su estilo, pero hicimos una gran preparación que nos va a ayudar en la pelea.
Well, Shakur is going to bring his style that's very, very, very elusive, and we've had a fight plan that prepares me to be able to neutralize that. And I think we've done a great job, and it's going to be a great fight.
Thank you, William. Hamza, I'll give you a final word on the fight Saturday, the moment this is. all the attention surrounding. It's building. We're only days away. What are your thoughts?
I feel great. I feel great. Myself and Andy, we know what we're going to do. And like I said, inshallah, we do exactly that.
Thank you, Hamza. Shakur, I'll turn to you for your final thoughts here. There's a lot of energy in this room. I have to feel it's only going to get bigger and better come Saturday. Give me your thoughts on the next couple of days and finally your performance on Saturday.
I'm locked in. I put in the work Saturday night. All of my work is going to take care of itself. So Zepeda could bring whatever he want. He can come in, pressure, do whatever he got to do. He's just going to bring out the best in me.
Thank you, Shakur. I don't know if you heard that, Shakur. Oscar is asking if your hands are okay.
He'll find out on Saturday.
Edgar, I'll come to you with the last word. Edgar Berlanga. You threw a lot of money around here. I think I could pay my mortgage with it. But the real money is on the line Saturday. What are your thoughts on that fight?
In, man. Jesus Christ is king. I'm locked in, man. I'm locked in. I'm knocking this nigga out. I'm knocking him the fuck out. I'm knocking him out. You know, he's pussy. He's pussy. He's pussy. I'm knocking him out. I'm knocking him out.
Any final thought for your fans here in New York?
Fans, I love you guys, man. All my fans, I love you guys, my family. Jersey, the whole tri-state area, man. I love you guys, man. Jesus is king. I love y'all, man. Turn up on these niggas, man. Pussy. 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 Shout out to Jersey, man, in the fucking building, man.
Folks, we're just days away. Louis Armstrong Stadium, ring number 3, 2 main events, 2 title fights. You do not want to miss it. If you thought this was entertaining, if you thought the money flying around here was crazy, you're going to see fists flying in the ring. Folks, you do not want to miss it. Stay tuned. These fighters are done here, but we're going to face them off. We're going to get one right now. Thank you all. Thank you to Turkey Alashik, The Ring Magazine. Watch it live on DAZN, folks. Appreciate it.
Well, plenty to discuss after what we just saw. We'll see the fighters face off in just a few moments. Meanwhile, next week, we're going to hop across the pond to Wembley for an undisputed showdown.
Only on DAZN. Usyk versus Dubois 2. July 19th. He silenced Britain's best. Usyk, the brick breaker, fighting for greatness, for the flag, for legacy. But now, the dynamite is ready to explode. Dubois, reborn, sharper, stronger, a weight of a nation on his shoulders. July 19th. Wembley roars beneath the lights. Who will become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world? Usyk versus Dubois 2. Live only on DAZN. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
All right, the face-off's underway. There's David Morrell Jr., and he is dialed in. What do you expect to see as he takes on this very tough Russian who's got a little Sergey Kovalev feel to him with that KO power?
Yeah, Kataev is aggressive. He's a brawler. David Morrell is a boxer puncher. I expect fireworks early in this fight. Morrell is accurate with that power. He's tall. He got the confidence from David Benavidez. I expect a knockout under 6 rounds. It shouldn't last too long.
Hey, I'm glad to see Kataev in the country. Took him a while to get here. I was a little worried we might not get that fight, but I think it is going to be a good one early on the show.
A barn burner. Puello versus Matias Dominica versus Puerto Rico, Sergio.
I love this fight. I think this is going to steal the night, man. I really love the fact that Matias is getting back to his knockout ways, but Puello is so confident. He knows how to handle power punches. That's the thing. Was able to take the undefeated record of the other boogeyman in Gary Antoine Russell. Power doesn't mind him. Old school type fighter. Matias has a lot to prove. This is the fight of the night in my eyes.
It is the boxer versus the brawler. There is nothing subtle about what Subriel Matias does. He comes to hunt you down. We saw Alberto Puello have success with that style, to your point, Sergio, against Gary Antoine Russell. Can he do it again for 12 rounds against a true predator in the ring in Subriel Matias?
And here comes Sheeraz Stevenson with the WBC belt and the belt he promises to put to the ass of Zepeda, and it's got the Mexican flag on it, Sergio.
Man, this is a perfect style matchup of the sweet science. You got a buzzsaw that throws 1,000 punches around, who's also a left-hander. You got a straight boxer in Shakur Stevenson. Boxer versus puncher, a guy that throws volume, a guy that knows how to defend. This is the sweet science at its finest.
I think that Shakur Stevenson has the potential to be a generational defensive talent. The kind of guys that we look at like Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker or Floyd Mayweather. Statistically, he has the numbers to back up that type of claim, but he has never faced an opponent with the arsenal of William Zepeda. This man is a buzzsaw, 100 punches per round. He is going to come to fight. He is going to make Shakur Stevenson fight, and this is going to be the fight, I believe, that will define Shakur's career up until this point.
Hey, my dad used to always make me pick the belt out of the closet. I was going to get whipped with when I was a kid.
I got whipped with chanclas. Chanclas are sandals.
And Mannix obviously didn't get whipped enough as a kid. All right, now for the big one. Let's see what happens here as Edgar Berlanga is about to do the stare down, the face-off with Hamza Sheeraz.
And you're going to see when these two guys face off. Hamza Sheeraz coming up from 160 pounds, but he has a notable size advantage over Edgar Berlanga. A couple of inches. Looks like the naturally bigger fighter. The question's going to be, can Hamza Sheeraz hold up to the power of Edgar Berlanga? Because I don't think he's faced anyone with that kind of pop.
Listen, man, stylistically, Berlanga is a power puncher. Sheeraz is a boxer puncher, but I love the look in Shiraz's eye. I love the camp that he has, the team that he has, the experience that he picked up, the championship experience he picked up with Carlos Adames. This could be a sleeper here. This could be a sleeper and a potential upset if Sheeraz can carry the game plan from beginning to end, or is the late power of Berlanga that he carries going to knock him out in the end.
I wouldn't even call it an upset, Sergio. The odds are so close for this fight. And both these guys are unproven at the highest level. Hamza Sheeraz, he beat Ammo Williams. That is the biggest win of his career. Edgar Berlanga's claim to fame is going 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez. So I don't think either one of these guys can say they're on the top level yet. This will be the fight that shows whether one of them is on the elite level.
After all this talk from Edgar Berlanga, if he loses basically back-to-back fights outside of the last fight he had and that walkover, if he loses to Canelo and somehow gets blitzed here by Sheeraz, his career is in big-time trouble.
No, I would think on the big stage it would probably be over because he's all talk and no action. When it comes to power punches, when it comes to bad boys, Brooklyn bad boys that know how to sell a fight, they usually can back up the talk. If Berlanga loses on the big level with Canelo and loses again against Sheeraz, it's going to be very difficult to bring him back, especially with that swag.
Edgar Berlanga has not stopped talking all week long, says he's the king of New York. It says, do not count out the possibility that I knock this guy out in round one because I'm the king of the first round knockouts. One of the kings of boxing all time is here, joining us, Oscar De La Hoya, kind of putting to words what you witnessed and felt and experienced up there with you and Berlanga.
Oh my gosh. I mean, look, I've been asking for his Puerto Rican passport for I don't know how long. He can't prove it. He says he's Puerto Rican. Well, give me your passport. But then I have Isaac, who's the jeweler of all jewelers right here in New York, to test his diamonds. They're all fake. This guy's all fake. It's like he fights Canelo and has a victory parade or a losing parade all around the world. It's like, who is this guy? Talk to me when you have at least one world title, because you're about 11 behind for me.
Well, you got involved in a fight that you really don't have any involvement in there, that he brought you into that. The fight that you are involved in, though, is William Zepeda against Shakur Stevenson. And look, I think this is a phenomenal clash of styles. William Zepeda is offensively, statistically, the best offensive output fighter in boxing. Shakur Stevenson, statistically, the best defensive fighter in all of boxing. How does William Zepeda break that guard? How does he flip the script on Shakur Stevenson and do what no fighter up until this point has been able to do?
I think obviously, look, I've always preached that the jab starts everything. You start with the jab, you end with the jab. Everything in between, just throw punches and bunches to the arms, to the elbows, to the hips, anywhere. But always start and end up with the jab. I believe that the output, I believe that the brittle hands that Shakur Stevenson has is going to play a big factor in this fight. But William Zepeda has to fight almost straight up, not hunched back or hunched forward, because that's where Shakur Stevenson can hot shot him, you know, one shot at a time. I think a lot of pressure, a lot of conditioning, but also those combinations everywhere to the body. See, the head always moves. The body stays put. So aim to the chest, aim to the body, aim to the elbows. This victory, this fight is going to be a tough one, but I got Zepeda winning.
Zepeda is a natural left-hander, just like you were, converted, right? You're a left-hander, but fought from the orthodox stance. Zepeda is the same way. He has that lead punch is the main punch, the power punch. Right. Do you think that's going to actually be beneficial against another southpaw?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Look, everybody always tells me, well, how do you crack that style, the Shao style, the Mayweather style? It's easy. Jab, 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 jab. That's it. And once you hit the jab, throw everything you can, the kitchen sink at him, but end up with the jab. So it's all about distance, ring IQ, but conditioning is going to be a big factor. And look, if he throws punches at you, duck your head, let him hit you in the head, break his hands, whatever you have to do to win the fight.
Well, I think, too, the key, and you have experience against two of the greatest defensive fighters of their generation. Sweet Pea Whitaker, the greatest defensive fighter of the 1990s. Floyd Mayweather, the greatest defensive fighter of his era. I think there's also like a mental aspect to it too. Like Zepeda can't get frustrated early on if he's not landing these shots.
No, it's a great point, because everybody who fights or fought Mayweather always got frustrated. You know, when I fought him, for instance, I was over the hill. My left jab went out on me in the second half. That's why I lost the fight. Or maybe I didn't. But I think that if you keep your cool, your calm, and stay in the pocket, just look at Jose Luis Castillo versus Floyd Mayweather, the first fight. That's going to be key. Stay cool, calm, and collective. Do not get frustrated. If you cannot hit him once or twice or three times, stay cool. Work on plan B, work on plan C, but always stay cool and calm.
A man who throws 90 punches around, William Zepeda, will try and track down one of the best defensive fighters in the game today. Oscar, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it, and we're glad Edgar Berlanga didn't slap you.
I was ready. I got in shape. I trained for like 3 weeks, ready for the slap. But hey,
well, Sergio,
I'm sure Sheeraz will take care of it.
All right.
We don't fight for free, Oscar. We don't fight for free.
All right, we'll see you, Oscar De La Hoya. Real quickly, Chris, I know you wanted to put a button on what we saw today.
That whole press conference did nothing for me. I thought a lot of it was kind of cringy. I thought a lot of it was kind of manufactured. And maybe it's the reporter in me, but I didn't come away from that gaining anything, right? Like, the purpose of a press conference is to sell a fight. This press conference was all about a fight between two guys who are not going to fight, in Oscar De La Hoya and Edgar Berlanga. I just thought it was all over the top, cringy, manufactured. I don't think it helped sell one ticket. I don't think it helped sell one pay-per-view. And that is the point of us being here during these fight weeks, to help sell pay-per-views and help sell tickets.
Well, it did put a couple bucks in Sergio's pocket, because I saw you scrounging up some of those $1 bills that Edgar threw on the floor, Sergio. So congratulations to you. For Chris Mannix and Sergio Mora, I'm Todd Grisham. Big day tomorrow as well. We'll be right back here for the weigh-ins, ladies and gentlemen, as we count down the hours to Saturday night's double bill header. Ring 3 live from the Louis Armstrong Stadium at the U.S. Open Tennis Center in Flushing Meadows. Until then, so long.
Live, only on DAZN, July 12th. Ring 3, Berlanga versus Sheeraz and Stevenson versus Zepeda. They're in their prime, they're hungry, and they're done being called the future. Berlanga versus Sheeraz, Stevenson versus Zepeda. Ring 3, live, only on DAZN. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.